All right, everybody, welcome back. Uh, we're in a separate day here and trying to iterate through this data. I'm trying to keep these sessions pretty small so that they're more easier to absorb. So where we last left off in our process of trying to find out this ranking system for special teams, we were in our we were iterating through the different column values in the data that we've downloaded and are going to decide what we want to keep and what we want to set aside, maybe to use later on, but something that we're not going to use in perhaps the final data set. So we're going to continue that process here. So I got my whiteboard up, and this is where we last left off. Was we did player data and game data. So let's scroll up a little bit, and I'll do this tracking data, because a lot of this tracking data is going to be captured in this PFF scouting data. And to me, that is going to make a factor because I don't want duplicate data in here. And there's a lot of tracking data that just doesn't make much sense to do this for the purposes that we're using it. Now, if we were looking at player-specific stats, this would be great because it tells you like what their acceleration was in yards and position along the field and things of that nature. So those would be great, and maybe acceleration and speed for certain positions may make a factor on this. Like they have certain positions like gunners and vices on either side that kind of compete for, uh, trying to block the vices, try to block the gunners to, come make a tackle if that was the case for it, like for a punt situation or whatever. The gunners take off down the sideline and do all that good stuff and try to make a quick tackle on the receiving team while the Vices try to block from the outside to prevent the gunner from getting that tackle. So things of that nature. It probably does make a difference, but I'm more concerned about the general stats like yards returned and things, those types of items. Did they fumble the ball? Was there a drop snap? Was there a high snap? Was there a bobbled catch? Things of that nature. So those types of statistics is what I'm generally looking for. So this data probably won't make too much impact on what I'm looking at overall, but again, we'll set it aside and see, if maybe adding something in an iteration makes a difference in the performance of the model. So as for time, I'm not too concerned about the time that the player was going along and what the player's position was. I don't know about speed and acceleration yet. Those I'm going to put a question mark. This one I think is covered. Like kick direction. Let's see. Hang time. Kick type. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that there's a stat that's already on there. Like how far the kick went. But I could be wrong. Until we find something else in here, we'll keep this one because I want to know how far the distance was on that. Player orientation, not too concerned about. The angle of the motion, I'm not too concerned about. This one is definitely, I'm going by specific special teams data. So if if I have it here, there's no reason for me to hold on to it here. I will need the NFL ID numbers so that I can compare that with data down here for the players. I don't need the display name again. I don't really care about jersey numbers in this case. I may be looking at position. Like I said, I want the lines, and maybe the average weight of the line might be something. So we will keep that one for this. If they were the away or the home team, that's going to come into play most likely. So we'll hold on to that one. Frame. identifier? No. Game ID, we may have to filter on this. Play ID, definitely. And don't really care if they're moving left or right in that case. So that's tracking data. Let's move on over to the play data. This may be where I have. So definitely game ID we're going to keep. Play ID, these are our IDs. We want to keep those. Description of the play. I don't really need text descriptions. The quarter, that might come in handy. The down is definitely going to come in handy, so I can identify when people are kicking off, and you know, I may have to filter it by that point. Yards to go. Let's see, if we're talking about special teams, it's usually punts, field goals, kickoff returns, or punts. So I don't think yards to go is really going to matter. You know, unless there's like a confidence issue with the special teams and they're like, oh, we got 1 yard to go, let's go ahead and punt it. But unless it's a fake punt, but that would count as a passing play anyway. Possession, so team punting, place kicking, or kicking off the ball. I mean, we'll hold on to that one and see what's going to happen with this. Definitely want the special teams play type, although I think that's covered in the other data, so this may be repeat data. Special teams result, that will definitely be important. The kicker IDs, yes. So that's the NFL ID of the kicker. The returner ID, we will hold on to these in case I need that player information. 3-letter team code corresponding to line of scrimmage. Not so much. Yard line at the line of scrimmage. Yeah, that one. Time on the game clock. I don't know. There might be a clutch. I mean, this one, I don't think we're going to use it for what we're doing for game clock purposes, because I think we're going to use averages and things like that to kind of do the factorization. But there may be, you know, like clutch. There may be a clutch factor with special teams and time on the clock. But special teams is usually special teams. They're, you know, the coach is really the one that determines when the special team is going to do this. But kickers can make or miss a kick based on, it could be based on the time on the clock and nerves and things like that. So it could be a factor. But that's a play clock, not really the game clock. Time on clock of play. Well, no, that could be. I don't know. We may keep that one and see. Let's erase the line, and we'll put that back in just for now. I do want to know if they do have penalties. I don't really care about the jersey number. I'm just more concerned if they have a penalty and how many penalty yards they get. Pre-snap home score, yes, I definitely want the scores. Pass result is a non-special teams. Let's see, scrimmage outcome of the play if. Yeah, I don't care about non-special team stuff. So on that one, kick length for sure. So that was distance. So I could actually take that distance one out, because I know how far the kick went in this particular case. Kick return yardage for sure. Play result, yeah, if they get a touchdown, I definitely want to know. And then location of ball downfield and tracking data coordinates. I don't think I need tracking data coordinates. So, oof, man, that's a horrible line. So, not worried about that. So, there you go. Went through 2 more. I got 1 more left. We'll do that last one in the next video, and then we'll go from there. Then we'll start actually diving into the data and doing some Python to try to clean up our stuff. So stay tuned. I'll see you on the next one.